ADP in the house? Sound like some of you missing. The fight for democracy and a people-first economy, Keya Hicks.
To all of the freedom-loving people who have assembled here today, we are in our hardest fight yet. My brothers and sisters, we are in a crisis. The big banks and corporations crashed our economy and stole away our democracy. They have bought our elected officials. We don't have democracy anymore. The corporations are in control and they are influencing government officials to pass policies that make them more powerful. That ain't right. And they're making their friends rich. Our communities are distressed. Our families are hurting. Millions of people are unemployed, but the rich are getting richer. Millions are in jail, and corporations are profiting from building more prisons. Millions of youth are pushed out of school, feeding the jails. Millions of immigrants are suffering, while unscrupulous employers are making money off of the fruits of their labor. That ain't right. Millions of people have lost their homes, and the banks are continuing to get bigger and bigger. That ain't right. The big banks and corporations that crashed our economy refuse to invest in our communities and families. We bailed them out, and it's back to business as usual for them. That ain't right. That ain't right. I didn't think that it could get any worse, but now they say that we have a budget crisis. But we know better than that. It's not a budget crisis. This is a revenue crisis. Politicians that have been bought by these same corporations and they're cutting 20% from our budget. But do they mean the whole budget? No. They are only cutting discretionary spending. Do you know what discretionary spending pays for? Let me tell you. It pays for our roads. It pays for our bridges, our schools, our safety net, our veterans' hospitals, health care for our kids, daycare for our kids, affordable housing, public transportation, job creation, school lunches, public defenders, labor law enforcement. That ain't right. They want us to fight against each other for little We will march! We will march! We will march!
When NPA goes marching in.
My freedom-loving brothers and sisters, we have a choice between heaven and hell. I would like everybody in this room right now to close their eyes and reflect. Please. To see that the whole Jericho Road must be changed so that men and women will not be constantly beaten and robbed as they make their journey on life's highway. Open your eyes. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I love everybody in this room. And to that end, let us continue to march for our freedom. I love you, Mom. We are taking back our democracy.
Can I get a couple of fire extinguishers up here?